Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today I'm going to be talking about the IS-4, the more or less forgotten heavy tank by the community of World of Tanks Blitz. Now this tank used to be very popular, and you wouldn't see that many IS-7s back in the day in random battles because it was filled with IS-4s. Everyone wanted the IS-4 because it was all around a good tank, good mobility, and a very good gun. The only thing the IS-7 had better than the IS-4 was probably the top speed and, of course, a bigger alpha. In regards to everything else, the IS-4 dominated. Well, after the IS-7 was transferred into the HD model, it got a huge armor buff, and everyone suddenly forgot the IS-4. Even after the IS-4's sides were obviously buffed up a bit, the IS-7 got a little nerf, and even then people still didn't care enough about the IS-4. And the reason behind this is that I don't know. It's not like the IS-4 is completely garbage. It's not like it's much better compared to that of the IS-7. The tech tree line of the IS-4 is also quite interesting if you have enough free XP, of course. You don't want to be grinding the ST1 the first thing you do when you get into Blitz, because that's going to be horrible. But like tanks like the ST1, for example, are quite fun in my opinion. Well, if you forget the KV4 and the stock KV4, like those are just horrendous, but the tier 9 and 10 tanks are quite solid if you ask me. Now, again, I really don't have an explanation as to why people stopped playing these tanks. Is it because the IS-7 is much better than the IS-4? Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily argue that is the case. That's because the IS-4 still, again, has pretty decent mobility. It can get from point A to point B relatively quickly compared to a lot of other tanks. Similarly, it has some pretty good armor. The sides, the weak spot on the sides were patched. Now you can actually properly side scrape in the IS-4. In the IS-7, you still can't side scrape because someone can just load gold and smash your frontal plate quite easily. Or many tanks don't even have to load gold, because in order to side scrape in the IS-7, you have to expose your front cheek armor. Now, the IS-4 doesn't have this problem. Similarly, the turrets on the IS-4 and IS-7 are similarly strong. The sides on both of the tanks are, again, quite strong. So I really don't know why this bias has come into play. Maybe it's just because the IS-7, I don't know, just looks better, I guess. It's in an HD model. All we have to do now is wait for the IS-4 to also get an HD model and see how that plays out. Because these tanks have always had this sort of rivalry, similar to that of the Object 140 and T62, where people would switch their opinion update after update. As soon as one tank got a little bit more buffed up, everyone would run to that and forget about the old one. Same thing happened with the Object 140 and the T62, and the same thing happens over and over again to the IS-4 and IS-7. So tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And with that, Happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.